Friends, we're live for Dharma Talk Tuesday. I am back. I'm so happy to see you here. And as you're popping on, I would love for you to say hello, say where you're tuning in from, say what you're most excited about for this week. What are you working on? And this Dharma Talk Tuesday was particularly inspired by two of my clients. And let me just see if I can change the lighting so that flashing stops happening. It's that funky time of year when the light comes in an interesting way into my house. So like it creates interesting lighting. So anyway, as I was saying, this Dharma Talk Tuesday is particularly inspired by two of my clients who I would say probably would not necessarily call themselves experts in marketing, but they're getting incredible results. One of them created $21,000 in the first month that she was working with me. And she says, like, her words from her own mouth, she hates marketing. Words from her own mouth. I mean, that was one of the things she said when we first started working together. She was like, I just don't want to have to do any of my own marketing, any of the strategy. And I was like, I got you, girl. And then the other one, she is formerly a consultant doing like, she would help brands with, she would help teams with their branding. Various companies, like from a freelance standpoint, she worked for a small company. And now she goes full time. She's going to make $80,000 this year, her first year out the gate in her coaching business. And she just created a $4,000 pay in full client after a VIP day we had together. So I'm sharing this with you today because I'm noticing that in a lot of the conversations I'm having lately, as well as the messages I've been getting, there are so many people who I've met who have a vision, who have like an idea, maybe even a small business of their own, and find themselves challenged from the marketing standpoint. Like I talked to someone today who helps run women's circles, and she would definitely not call herself an expert marketer. And yet, like, what I saw in her was, I mean, she is like a vehicle of transformation. And I know that a lot of you who follow me feel that way, where you feel like, gosh, I know God wants to use me. I know I've got a mission. I know I've got a purpose. I just don't know how to reach more people or how to get clarity on my messaging. And there's all these marketing hows that you get caught up in. And it's like the details of how it's going to happen. You get caught up in it. And I see it all the time. And the reason I wanted to do this video today is because I just wanted to give you some inspiration on like other people who've been in those same shoes and created incredible results and what they did, like what they actually did to create the income. And of course, income equals impact in their own businesses. So that's what today is about. If you know anyone who could also benefit from this message besides you, be a giver and comment below with that person's name and hit the share button on this post so that you can let others know that this is a resource they can come to that may or may not resonate, but if it does, it could be like a game changer, like a life changer for so many people. So I'm going to give you specifically what the two of my clients did. I mean, there's so many clients of mine who are getting these incredible results, but I like to get very specific in my conversations. So I just want to tell you about two of my clients right now, because the reason for that is because one of them, like I said, she specifically said, I don't want to do marketing. I hate marketing. And now she's creating incredible results. And then the other one, hers is interesting because she's already generated, I think $50,000 this year, again, her first year out the gate, and she's a tango teacher. And so what's worked for both of these ladies that I just want to start right out the bat for you. What's worked for both of these ladies is absolute alignment. So here's the thing, like, even if you're not an awesome online marketer, even if you, and by the way, I just feel like I should say, it took me about 5 years to become really good at online marketing. And that might not be true for everybody. I'm just being honest about my own journey. It took me about 5 years to become really good at online marketing. And so what I needed to do while I was in that time and space of trying to figure out how to be great at online marketing was I obviously still needed to create revenue. And I wasn't going to do it from just like, I was in the process, right, of figuring out how to become a great online marketer. And so I learned what it meant to be aligned and to be inspiring to people such that they wanted to say yes just from meeting me, right? So one of the things I teach my clients to do is to create great in-person connections through workshops. So that creates high quality, not necessarily quantity right out the gate, but definitely quality. And so that's one of the reasons why my clients have an 80% conversion rate on average with the people that they're meeting to enroll into their programs and products and services, which is extraordinary. Those kinds of statistics are extraordinary and not typical in the industry. I'm very proud of that. And so, like, not only do they have a strategy that works, but this is the part that I want to drive home for you today, is they are aligned. They are aligned. Another word for aligned is authentic. And what authentic means is that their outsides match their insides. Who they are in front of closed doors is who they are behind closed doors. They're completely authentic. They're completely aligned. And so even if somebody can't consciously speak into that or identify that, when somebody is aligned, the person who's experiencing them can say, there's something about this person I'm very drawn to. There's something about this person I'm very drawn to. And most people say that about me. I get that all the time, but my clients get that too. It's just like, maybe you've had someone give you that feedback. There's something about this person I'm very drawn to. You experience that from someone when someone is in alignment. And the way that you get into alignment is that you are absolutely unapologetic, unwavering, and completely clear on your vision, and you're completely grounded in your heart and in who you are and in what you stand for. So when I think about these two clients that I'm talking about who created extraordinary results, one of the things that I did with both of them is I got them really grounded in their bodies. So they got super grounded in their bodies. And what that means is that they weren't thrown off by the inner dialogue in their heads that often throws people off. They weren't like in a fear conversation of looking bad or being afraid that they were going to sound bad or that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Hearts and likes, if you know what I'm saying. And so they were able to speak from a place of absolute service because it wasn't about them. So when they hosted their workshops and got on the phone and did their calls, it wasn't about them because they were able to come from that heart-centered place of absolute service. And again, people feel that. And it's, again, another reason why my clients get such a high result. When I think about the two of them, another thing that they did was that even if their branding wasn't necessarily, or their marketing wasn't necessarily like NLP or tactical or anything like that, even if they like wrote a post on social media, I'm just thinking of them as I'm talking, they wrote a post on social media or sent out an email to the people that they were following, or showed up in the rooms that they show up in. Again, there's that je ne sais quoi about them, that I don't know what that thing is, the X factor about them. And so from that aligned space in their heart and in their body, they speak, they communicate about their stand, their vision, who they work with. And then automatically people are like, I don't know what it is about you, I need to hire you. Again, that's the feedback they get all the time. That's the feedback I get all the time. I do teach my clients objections, but they often don't need to use that training because so often people just know, like, how good would it feel to you to be on the phone with someone or be in front of someone and it's like that person just knows that you're their leader, you're their person, and they want to have you on their team and on their side helping them. That's what happens when you're aligned. So I want to just tie some stuff up here so that you can really get the take-home message for this. The take-home message right now in this Dharma Talk Tuesday is that yes, you can go to tactical, proven NLP marketing and it may work. It actually also may not work. And the reason is because even if you use something that's proven in that way, if you're not fully aligned, there's a possibility it still won't work because people can smell inauthenticity from a mile away. And so you got to get authentic and aligned from the inside out. And that's one of the reasons you hear me talk about it all the time, why I use the 3 pillars of manifestation to create results, not just strategy, not just yoga, not just meditation. It's got to be all 3. It's the yoga to get you aligned in your body, subtle energy centers, your chakras. It's the emotional cultivation because that's the language of the universe. That's the manifesting technique that I use, that you basically are reprogramming your energy blueprint to say, hey, this is exactly what I want. And then, of course, the strategy comes after that. And that's the marketing. That's the workshops. That's the emails. That's all of that kind of stuff. But that doesn't come until you're aligned, right? And so the thing is, when you do that from a place of alignment, here's what's so awesome is your marketing can totally suck. You can be bad at it. You can hate it. It can be like completely like it can go against the grain of what typical marketing is supposed to do and say, and it'll still work because you're in alignment. And people care much more about how they feel when they're in relationship with you, like what the alignment is behind it, the authenticity that they can smell from a mile away, than if your words make sense. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being completely honest with you. So let me just take this honesty a moment deeper, and then I gotta hop off because I have a call this evening with my incredible elite coach Amber on my team. So let me take this even deeper. And I have to be really generic about this because, you'll find out more in a couple months. So I was provided an opportunity to be in front of a lot of people with my business and with my message and with what I'm up to. Now, with this particular opportunity, it's not the kind of thing where hundreds of people saw me. It's not the kind of thing where thousands of people saw me. It's the kind of thing where there's a viewership of many, 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 many more than that. And the thing is, like, the kind of person, when I think of the kind of person that gets an opportunity like that, like I'll even share with you my inner dialogue when I got invited into this particular opportunity, which again, I can't tell you exactly what it is. You'll find out, promise you, when I can tell you, you'll find out. But my inner dialogue initially was like, oh my God, who am I to get invited to something like this? Like, what do I have? Who am I to, like I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the most strategic person. I'm definitely not the best marketer, any of those things. But here is what I am. I'm someone who people feel really good around. I'm incredibly aligned and incredibly authentic. And that I think that's one of the reasons why my business has done so well, even though I'm not technically like a top online marketer. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I get to do this opportunity, and the way that it played out was very positive. Again, I have to be very generic. I'm sorry. So the way that it played out was very positive. And when I look at other people who were given this opportunity and I look at them, I'm like, why didn't it work out for them the way that it worked out for me? Again, it's like, it's not because I'm smarter than them. It's not because I have a better product. Although I'm smart and I have a great product and all of those things, it's not because of that. It's because people could sense my alignment and they could sense my authenticity. And that's what created the incredible result. So like oftentimes people want a formula, step 1, step 2, step 3. And in a sense, this is a formula. It's the manifesting formula, which I just gave you, step 1, step 2, step 3. But that's really all you need to know. And there isn't much more than that to create alignment. And all you got to do is be willing to do it. All you got to do is be willing to prioritize it and to implement it. And it literally is that simple. And that's what creates incredible results. So like the results that I was talking about, for example, with my 2 clients, that I'm talking about in this particular live who hired me for intensive. So keep in mind, they're clients, like they're actually in my programs and they hired me to do an intensive. So they had that extra boost. So one of them hates marketing. I don't think she's bad at marketing, but she hates it. She just doesn't want to do it. And she still brought in $21,000 in a month. And then the other one is on track for $80,000 this year, her first year in business as a tango teacher, doing coaching men specifically, and that was something we got clear on in her VIP day. And now she's aligned and she just manifested a $4,000 pay in full. So I share this with you because I want to give you hope that if you're learning if you're in the beginning stages of being an online marketer, or any kind of marketer, like the way I was when I was first starting my business, I just want to give you that hope that I wish someone would have given me, to say, you don't even need to be a great marketer. You don't even need to like marketing to be able to create a high level of impact and income and influence with your business. You just need to be aligned. You just need to be in that authentic space of insides matching your outsides, and that's an energy thing. So that's literally all you need. You don't need you really don't need a massive following. Like when I first started to do really well, my Instagram following was probably like 200 people. My email list was not that big either. It was in the hundreds. And so like you really don't need, and by doing well, I mean 6 figures a year. And then it's doubled since then, right? And then my following has also grown. But even still, like I still don't have a huge following, and I'm on track for 7 figures this year. So anyway, I hope you're picking this up. I hope it's inspiring to you. I hope it's making a difference for you, and like giving you that little boost to take action today, this week. I hope it's giving you a little inspiration nudge to see what's possible for you and to keep dreaming and to keep going. So, you just don't know when your lucky break is going to be, when your next big client is going to come in, when your next big stage opportunity, book opportunity is going to come up, and you just got to keep going. And so my intention is that with Facebook Lives like this, it gives you a little injection of inspiration. Like, you know what? If that person who hates marketing can do it, I can do it. If that person who just started their business can create $80,000 in the first year, I can do it. So hopefully that's what you're getting out of this. So hearts and likes if that's resonating. And then the last thing I want to say is that if you're interested in similar results, I do have a couple spots left for intensives with me going into the end of this year, where I can help you in creating similar results with what these 2 clients created that I was just sharing with you in this live. So I'll post the link in, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Send me a direct message, send me a private message right here. Just say, like, hit my profile name, send me a message, say, hey, Julie, I'm interested in the intensive. And I'll send you a page that has all of the information, including like video testimonials and stuff like that of all the other people who've done intensives and the results they've had. And then we can set up a time to talk about it. It's really an opportunity for someone who's really serious about creating a big result for themselves. You don't necessarily, like I said, you don't need to be great at marketing. You don't need to like have a big vision of like, I want, you can, maybe you're like Nicole, the first example I gave, who's just ready to have a $20,000 month or a $5,000 month, or maybe you're like Elise and you're ready for a $4,000 pay in full contract. Like the intensive pays for itself like this. It just pays back for itself so fast, because that's the kind of result that we create together. It's energy, it's alignment, and it's strategy. You gotta have the first pieces in place to create effective results that are optimized, and in alignment for you. And that's what I'm gonna leave you with today. So I hope this supported you today on Dharma Talk Tuesday. Send me a private message if you wanna learn more about that opportunity. I've only got a couple spots left for the rest of this year. And if this is calling to you, I would love to hear from you, and I'll send you more information. Sending you blessings, and I'll see you next week for Dharma Talk Tuesday.